Hello, everybody. Welcome to another RSG D&D 5th Edition Star Wars campaign. I am Dungeon Master and host Ranger J 1999, welcoming you all to our D&D session, where we hang out and play some Dungeons and Dragons and have some fun doing it. Welcome on a Sunday afternoon to everybody. We are glad to have you here. Hope everyone's being safe. I can't even talk because I've been drinking bourbon because it's been a long day out in the sun. So yes, I'm a little not together, but welcome. We're glad to have you guys here. If you guys are new, this is a D&D stream. We have 22 episodes. Really, we've done 22 episodes. God damn, we're kind of making this campaign go along pretty well, actually. But we're glad to have you guys here. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, comment, all the stuff that you hear YouTubers say all the time. And what we're going to do is we'll introduce the peoples over here on the right and let them introduce their characters, and then we'll recap. Really not much to recap. We're kind of in a transitional period with the game, with our characters, and see what they want to do. And we'll react to that. So I'm kind of curious where the hell they're going to do next too, because I'm kind of left in limbo. Like, okay, what's their plan? Because they can't seem to agree on a plan. We'll talk about it here in a second. Before we begin, it's Finadoodle's birthday week this week. Finn turns 975 on the 30th of June. Here's
76.
No, I'm sorry, 976. Also, shout out to what's that guy we always said was his birthday? Nukin. Yeah, Nukin is his birthday. He's 12,000 years old. If you guys don't know, I got Finn a birthday present. And he got it in the mail.
Hold on. Let me go.
It pained me horribly to do it, but I had to do it because it's his birthday.
Did you get him a porg stripper?
No.
Ewok.
No, worse. I'll let Finn show it because I just know that I'm going to regret that I've done this. It's coming. Just wait for it. The anticipation is worth it. It's so worth it. But it's Finn's birthday here. All right, there's Finn. Show what it is, Finn. There. That's not what I got you for your birthday, you son of a bitch. And you're on mute, by the way, you bastard.
Is that a Portal head?
Nope, I got him the new Baby Yoda.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's great.
I was about to say you got him a porg. Ranger,
No.
you were supposed to destroy the porg, not join them.
Knowing Ranger though, the soup the child has is made from pork.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
So happy birthday early to Finn.
Cool.
So I sucked up my pride and got him a Baby Yoda, even though I knew that I would regret that decision for the rest of my natural born life. But he's my heterosexual life partner, so I have to make sure you get that shit out of the camera. I'll put you on mute. God, don't overstep my kindness, for I am a jealous deity, DM, and I will kill you.
That's what he said. See, it's a sad face.
Finn, roll a d20.
Oh, I'm dead. I know what it
Yeah,
is.
you died. You fart and force lightning goes the opposite way and kills you.
Holy crap! I had a fart lightning butt.
Yes, you didn't know it.
What a way to go!
Science in
Death
the Star
by
Wars
anal force lightning.
That's
I mean,
right.
that's pretty.
Yeah,
awesome
we got a lot
there.
of cool stuff coming up.
That's one hell of a tombstone right there.
Yeah, death by force fart lightning.
I'm more
his
curious.
time.
Did you see the coroner's report on that?
Yeah, I know.
God, you should have seen the size of the hole.
Origin of said lightning bolt.
The hole.
Unknown.
The hole was huge. It's unbelievable. It's like he had a bunch of horsey
Found
sauce.
charring involved.
A lot of horsey sauce from Arby's on that one. But we got a lot of big stuff in the works for you guys. We've been working diligently in the background. I'm going to be excited for it coming up in a few weeks. We'll have a big announcement when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons. We'll just tease it with that for you guys coming up. That we hope you guys enjoy thoroughly. We've been busting our ass working on it. This week we'll have on the 4th of July, we will have a Jedi Academy, and during that Jedi Academy, I'm just going to announce this early, we are going to be raising money for the Wounded Warrior Foundation. And then the weekend after that, it's going to be my birthday, so that Jedi Academy will be the Ranger J 1999 receives gifts and money for the Hookers and Blow birthday celebration for Ranger J 1999. So we got great stuff coming up for you guys. And this week will be our standard week too, with stuff coming up. So, all right, all the bullshit aside, let's let everybody introduce themselves. Starting with Johnny Mo. What character are you playing? Introduce yourself.
I am playing as Dr. Vornu Wiziladorum, a Chiss female droid engineer.
And Ass Chapless fan.
Did you say Chiss shemale?
Yeah, well, you could.
Well, takes all kinds.
All right. Also, joining us today to play, we've got the lovely Maz Kanata, my fellow Daywalker and Gingivitis supporter.
Yes, I'm playing Vadesra Luhu, a lady Zabrak berserker. So she likes to beat people up.
So does Maz. It works out perfectly. Also joining us, we've got Devil's Treasure. And who are you playing as?
Hey, I'm playing as Jalo Theta, the Bith operative saboteur who loves explosions.
And playing the skin flute. Perfect. Next, we've got Gandalf the Red over there. His beard keeps getting longer every time I see him. We've got Teals the Smurf. And who are you playing as, Teals?
I'm unmuting. I am playing as Korn Potha Nanuku, a Chiss Deadeye Scout.
That's it. He just shoots people in the face. It's fantastic.
Pew, 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 pew. And I fly things. Yes. You're pilot extraordinaire.
And next we'll go to Grim, the crew cut mechanic, who's somewhere over the Grand Canyon.
Actually, that's Tatooine.
No, it's the Grand Canyon.
Actually, you should recognize it, Ranger. That's the Tatooine map.
I'm trying to not
Battlefront
relive horrible places that I've had to do stuff in military service. Continue.
But I'm playing Osk 10, your friendly neighborhood lizard man, Trandoshan.
Well,
trying to do his best Darth Vader impression.
Yeah, the second part's correct. The first part is not correct. Not friendly nor any of that other bullshit. All right. Also, we've got Corinth, who does not want to show his face. He just wants to reveal that he is some kind of mean person in a robe.
Hello, I'm playing as Talrex, your Sith Pureblood Sentinel.
All right. Now, put your camera on. Quit being shy.
It was on. It looked like crap. That's why I turned it off.
Nobody cares. You're in the Falcon and you're blurry. Nobody cares.
It was good at the beginning.
I don't know why it stopped. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Corinth is in his nightclub in GTA.
Just fix it.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I've never seen it do that.
Did you touch the lens? Like, is there like a fingerprint on it?
Yeah, it's got the KY jelly. All right, and last but not
One
least,
for the soft focus.
the birthday
Okay, I'll
boy.
help you. There we go.
What?
Let's.
What?
We're gonna help Corinth with the rave here.
Potty, yeah.
So I play Darabit, a Twilight monk, and really cool because I just want to show it because I got it now.
Teals.
What the hell is that?
That is. Hold on, let me see if it'll focus.
One of the Hero Forge minis.
It's a Hero Forge of Darabit.
That's
kind of out of focus
It's
there.
kind of
Focus.
Yeah, I know. It's like focusing on my fingers. Hold on, let me see if I hold it from the back.
Put your hand
it's not-
behind it.
It is,
Put your hand
but
behind
it's.
it. No. Do a flat hand and then
You
put
need,
it
to
in.
get
like
that, you need to paint that shit, yo.
I know. I'm eventually gonna paint. Okay, let's try
No,
that.
Finn. Like you do this. You do this.
Hold on,
Oh,
what
I
do
got
you-
around.
See,
Oh,
do that.
like this.
Yeah, if you like.
See, there, it focused.
Now it's focusing on my hand again.
Wow.
Stop focusing
okay.
on my. There we go. Hold on.
Congratulations, Finn.
It really likes my
got
hand.
a fuzzy,
Hold on.
furry image of Dara.
Okay,
Finn.
there we go. Okay, hold on. Let's try this. Okay, at some point, there we go.
There we go.
It's clearing up now. There we
Yay.
go.
What's up
yeah.
with his
There we
head?
go.
Is that a helmet?
It's,
Is that a
it's
helmet?
the Leku. It's the Leku. He has a
Yep.
scarf on, and it's the Leku. Because he's a Twi'lek.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I was happy to get it.
I think it'll look better once it gets painted.
I know. I got to paint. You know, I have one for.
No,
Do you
nobody
remember?
asked. Yeah, nobody asked. Yeah.
See, hold on.
What?
See if you remember who
nobody
this
was
is,
asking.
Ranger.
Yeah, let's. Nobody cares. What the piss is that? Is that the Planters the
Well,
peanut?
focus.
Oh, I
Oh,
know who
there.
that is.
That is
With the
good
book.
old Oregon. with the
Good
evil
old-
book, a lute, and his bow.
There you go. Very nicely done, sir. Well done.
Hero Forge is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, their minis are cool.
Wildly addictive.
Yes,
Yes.
they are.
How much did that cost you? $9,000?
Each one was like
It's like $30.
Something like
it
that.
was total, I think, 80. So it's like $20 each, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
A lot of it depends on the
It-
material you have them print them on.
And the more
Yeah,
you do
the
at once, the
material
less the
and
total
the-
shipping.
The more accessories you put on it.
Mhm.
They're really cool.
All right. When we last left our adventures, they had developed a cure to space herpes. No, they did not do that. They had been on the hunt for information against this one Grand Moff Tarkin. For they're working with your Grand Moff.
Tarkin.
Oh, Grand Moff. Grand Moff. I'm thinking Tarkin.
They invented time travel.
Yes.
Found the TARDIS.
Retreat in our time of victory. You overestimate our
Doctor
strength.
Who
Scott!
turned evil. Doctor Who has turned evil. Everyone into the phone booth.
And my notes disappeared. I had everything in my Star Wars book, and it's no longer there. Curses! Crap! All right, I'll shoot from the hip here. Why keep all these notes and stuff if they're gonna go poo poo? That sucks horribly. All right. So their Grand Moff has been tasked, and she's using political intrigue and stuff to basically find out this other Grand Moff that was up to no good, possibly selling secrets to their enemies, and our team has been tasked with trying to find out that information. So they've been going on little spy missions and stuff to figure that out. They had looked at some manifest for the Third Fleet that was intended for the Seventh Fleet, and then they had a new shipment going to the Third Fleet that they thought was suspicious after they had visited the droid. These new droids that had been developed by the Chiss Sith Empire that Johnny's character basically swooned over. They went and did some investigation. Finn's character and Maz and Teals all went on a mission.
Not Teals, DT.
I'm sorry, DT. Went on a mission and infiltrated and saw that there's these crates they couldn't get access to. It seemed suspicious. They didn't have the time. They met one of the ciphers on this mission, but they were able to gather information and then come back to the compound. And our heroes are kind of basically at a standstill of like what to do now. So they've done their investigating. They're back at the compound. They've all come together to decide on what their next course of action is. And where the hell is my information? Continue, our great heroes. Oh, I found it. Yay. Okay, good.
Damn it, Finn, you didn't hide it well enough.
My bad. Did we lose Ranger?
No, I'm here. I'm just like, so you guys have basically come together as a group after your mission to, what are you going to do? You get all this information. What are you going to do with it? You guys have come back from your mission. You landed off the transport. You got into your skiff. You got back to the compound. You're still a week away with meeting with the droid Dr. Shen. No, not Shen. Jaron. To have him view your facilities. But, I mean, that's something you guys set up. That's basically John's character that wanted to do that. But you guys still have to figure out, like, what's the deal? What are the secrets? What is going on? What are you guys scheming, planning? What do you want to do now? You guys are back at the compound. You've all come together, discuss your plans for what's your next step.
So Vornu, I think we're building out your base, right? To wait for that dude to come by. Whoever,
That's a week
whatever.
away.
Yeah, so we have to prepare your robotics
Well, it's gonna be
facility,
3-4
the one
days.
that's non-existent.
Yeah, there's
Well,
3 or 4
equipment
days
still
before
hasn't
this.
arrived.
Yeah, the 3 or 4 days before the.
But we're gonna paint, right? I think we were gonna do painting.
Oh, we already had that done. I have inserts.
Okay.
I'm not playing a D&D session where you guys paint.
No, don't you
We
remember?
are literally
already
gonna be
picked it
watching the
out.
paint dry.
We picked it out already. I didn't want just the standard military gray. So we went with
And
a
we're gonna-
much nicer color, sort of like a sage green for most of the
And
laboratory.
we're gonna paint in happy little stormtroopers.
Well, first they have to learn to shoot correctly.
Well,
No.
Talrax got mad when we talked about talking to somebody else on like his master person, the other.
He
Sith
wasn't
person.
clear exactly who the person was.
I don't know either.
It
Some
was an
Sith that he's
acquaintance.
familiar with.
You think it's perhaps an old flame?
That could be a reason why Talrax doesn't want us talking to him.
Look, Talrax, who is this contact you may possibly have on the 7th Fleet?
I don't think he ever gave the name, and I never said what it was either.
He didn't. He just sort of mentioned that he
Yeah.
had a contact. Because then I accidentally metagamed and knew it was his master. And he's like, I never said it was his master. So.
Yeah.
I have something written down for my Sith, like, but I can't pronounce it, so maybe that's not what it is.
What do you have? Just as out of character?
Balcurl.
Yeah, Blakura.
There you go. Okay. So yeah.
But you never identified this person as. You just knew that there was a Sith there.
Yeah,
You didn't say that
that's.
you didn't give any correlation or relationship to you.
There's a powerful Sith that's on board the ship. At the very least, she will try to interfere with
It's
us.
a he.
Or...
Oh, no,
it's
it's a she. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Why would they naturally interfere with us if you already know them?
Did you see how nearly every Sith we've encountered has behaved?
Well, I mean, I'll be the first to say that most of the members of your order do tend to have a bit of a mean streak to them. But
Not only a mean streak, but they wish to usually possess everything. So it is a matter of we shouldn't show our hands or anything like this. That's all I am saying. Anytime there is another Sith involved, it has been at least a arduous encounter. Osk and I perished at the first one we encountered, and he was merely a ghost.
Well, you kind of know that was a trial. It's a little different than.
Yeah, I'm just being over dramatic, trying to make
yeah,
it seem really very powerful to them.
Edgy McEdgelord.
Yeah, exactly.
so does that make then the two of you kind of an oddity in the Sith, since the two of you work together well?
Very much so.
Oh.
I'd say it's more to a mutual benefit.
Well, so do you obviously then would be against attempting to contact the Sith that you know on the 7th Fleet?
I would likely say that if we should go towards other avenues at all first, because that is one of the far extremes.
All right.
Well, I don't think we have any other avenues.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise we're waiting to see if this tracker moves, and I mean, we can try and poke around and see if we can stir up more information in the city, but I feel like that might raise more red flags.
Yeah. We've already pushed our limit, and we know that at least somebody else outside of this group is aware that we were snooping in some way. And they also were snooping, so I don't know. So I think if it's not somebody that we know, we're probably best just staying low for a little bit and waiting the few days for new shipments to come in, and then just helping her set up her laboratory.
Yeah, and I'll keep monitoring the droid and
Tracker.
see any movement or anything like that we can follow up on.
Out of curiosity, Ranger, would Vornu maybe know anybody in the 7th Fleet? I'm going to assume she had to have gone to at least officer training school. or something.
Make a technology check.
22.
Make an investigation check.
12.
No.
Damn.
You look at the personnel files from the 7th Fleet, but none of the names initially.
Nobody pops out.
Nobody pops out like you know.
All right.
Other than
I don't know
your she crush on the Admiral.
It's
So
more
can
of
I give a scan and see if I have any better luck?
No.
Okay.
It says, actually, Talrax, let me ask you, this Sith that you know, this is a Sith more powerful than you?
In the grand scheme of things, I'm not sure that I know or how to answer that for certain, but yes, I would.
Do you know their standing outside of being part of the 7th Fleet? Do you happen to know what their standing is within the chess set?
Do I?
Yes, you do. You know that your master is they are well respected, feared a little bit, but kind of an oddity. I did say she, right? I said she.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had it as she. I just wanted to make sure it's been a couple weeks. She has been known to train a lot of Sith, but she's very particular about who she trains. She's kind of a hard ass, but she has produced some incredible gifted Sith that have come forward. She kind of does her own thing. She listens to the council, but she kind of tells them to piss off if she doesn't agree with them, and they don't really give her a hard time because she gets results, and she's one of those no nonsense kind of people that likes to just gets the job done. She doesn't have time for nonsense. She's very efficient, but you remember her as hard as a teacher, Talrax, but also very fair and very attentive. She never put you down. She never was mean to you. She was patient, which is a rarity. But she was also very taskmaster, and so she didn't accept when you would think that you wanted to quit on something, she was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. So you have a respect of her for that. Like a lot of the things that you learned was from her pushing you in the direction that you wanted, that you may not wanted to go, but she could see your talent and develop those talents whether you liked it or not, because she thought that these are your natural affinities and abilities with the dark side and other things that she kind of pushed you towards.
Okay.
That's your background with her.
All right,
What of that do you relay?
That's up to him.
Yeah, I know. That's all that.
Well,
I think.
Well, I'll look at Osk and then look at Darafin and say, well, it seems most likely we will be paying a visit to my former master.
Wait. But what is her status? Do you know?
It's very much her own.
Is she high in the CSA? Or not in the CSA, in the Chiss Sith?
She's my master, so yes, she's above me.
She's your master?
She was my former master. I said that. You must have just skipped over it in your antsy question, Seraphin.
Who is this Darafin you keep referring to?
That's your new name now. We've already dubbed that.
That's your cover. No one will ever put it together.
I look at Jalo. Do you think that Lieutenant Lancy was the same person?
It's hard to say. I mean, you saw the eyes. She could have been a Sith, but I'd have no way to know if she was with the 7th Fleet or not.
Do you think it's possible, Taurax, that your master is powerful enough to be a cipher? Would it make sense for what you know of her and her skills that she would be a cipher of intelligence for the Chiss Sith?
If not her, then she probably has trained many, or at least one.
And
Yeah.
she might be a friend in all of this.
Perhaps. Do you think she would maybe be able to give us some more information about the ciphers, or why they might be interested in the same shipment we've been trying to track down?
We're
No.
assuming she's doing something as a cipher, too. I don't know if she was.
Anything that is of that high of level, no, she will not even reveal anything unless it is dramatic circumstances. And walking up and asking a Sith such questions would seem kind of ludicrous to me.
Now, what if you asked very nicely?
I would probably get a lightsaber shoved in my chest and then an asteroid dropped on me, like you all frequently mention.
Oh, that would.
Yes.
We may, if you let us know if that's happening, I'll get footage.
If that does happen, I very much would be interested in studying the asteroid trajectories.
But okay, yeah. So all routes to get information on the cipher seem like they'll lead us to more danger than it's probably worth.
Not on the cipher, but just to ask her.
You know that she, because of her background, Talrax, that she is a no-nonsense kind of person. However, she's very loyal to the Sith Chiss Empire, and there's some shenanigans going on. She would very much be one of the people that would want to know about it. You know that your relationship with her is, like she's like an older sister more than a mother to you. That if you did ask, she would at least entertain you. At least if you visited, she would not be against it. She does like to keep track of like her former pupils and stuff. You know that. Once in a while, you know that she checks in on you just to see how you're progressing and stuff.
Well, I would assume one of the tenets of someone that trains like that would be that I don't come back and ask too many questions, because then it would be like,
no, you don't.
Trained you for that kind of thing.
No, she does. You actually, for her, you actually know that. For her, one of the rarities is that she coveted knowledge, right? And her thing is for you to think on your feet. But if you have questions, she was never one of them to be like, you know, not to help you. She would make you try to find the answer yourself, but she would guide you into to the path, right? She would always put you on the path, but she would never give you the answer, right? So you're on good relations with her. So, I mean, if you want to do something, you can. It wouldn't be unheard of for you, especially with the Sith, to reach out to your former master or visit or anything like that.
Well, also, I mean, there is a chance we could, like, I mean, I know one of us is good at forging stuff. We might be able to forge fake IDs and stuff and just sneak on one of the ships.
Well, we may not need to. I don't think we want to do that.
Have you ever heard of her, Osk?
Make an intelligence, make a history lore check. Nope.
New, probably.
Okay, I was just checking maybe with his, contacts and Sith and stuff, he might know something that I wouldn't know. That's what I was going for. Okay.
There's also the fact that the vast majority of us really have no real defenses against the determined Sith prying into one's mind.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's... If my suspicions are true, then being a part of the 7th Fleet, she saw the shipment coming from the 3rd Fleet and realized there were shenanigans going on the 3rd Fleet. And she was investigating at the same time as we were to try and figure out what they were up to.
That's even the same person.
Assuming it is true that it is assuming that she is the same as Lieutenant Lancy. She identified herself as Cipher 9 of intelligence. She's definitely a Sith. I don't know if there's any way we can maybe try and link through Talrax Lieutenant Lancy. Do you think
Talrax,
Lancy stayed with the
what
third.
does your former master even look like?
She has, her, she's a human being. You know that she's actually tall. She's like almost 6 feet tall. And that, athletic built, but slender. And you would know her to be in her late 40s, early 50s. She has she has shock white hair, but tan skin. So you don't know what her origin of human being she is, but you do know that she is human.
Okay. I mean, so yeah,
but she looks much younger. One of the things about her is that a lot of the deterioration you see from people using the dark side does not seem to be affecting her. And then you also know too that her training is not just the dark side; she just likes the Force in general. So she is a huge student of the Force. Period. But that
Talrax, when I came back and I was talking all fast and crazy, did that ring a bell to you by any chance?
Don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, Terrafin. We saw Lancey stay on the fleet, right? She didn't come back with us. So the Seventh Fleet right now is quite far away. So it seems unlikely that it's the same person. If it is, if we get to the Seventh Fleet, she won't be there to meet with us, anyways.
Maybe that's a good clue to see if it's the same person. To see if whether or not she's on the Seventh Fleet or not. Because if she's not there, that gives a
Well,
higher likelihood that this was her.
What does that matter, though?
Well, then we kind of know where your master is. She's semi-infiltrated at that point, the Third Fleet. Not to expose her, but at least we know that it's her.
Yeah, candidly, I would feel a lot better if we knew a little bit more about the Cypher 9, because she was able to identify us quite quickly, and, if anyone were to out us, it would most likely be her. So it seems that we're on the same page, but we definitely took a leap of faith with her. Not that we had much of a choice, really. But she seemed to be friendly enough, at least for the time.
I think she knew we were on the same side as her, basically. So, I mean, my suggestion, maybe Taurax, is if we can hail the Seventh Fleet, and you just try to arrange a meeting with your master, and if they say that she's not there, that gives us a little more indication that she's on the Third Fleet and may have been Lieutenant Lancey all along. We did face somebody that was a human with Sith eyes.
Can I try to search for personnel record on this Lieutenant Lancey?
You already did. Remember, you found nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
last
don't
time.
remember if I did or not.
I mean, you found stuff, but it's just normal stuff that you would find. But you didn't really see anything that, other than this person, just seemed like a normal person. I mean, you looked at it, but I remember you didn't roll very well enough to ascertain like anything else.
We also don't want
I
to
wasn't
pry
able to
too
tell
much.
if it was a fake or anything.
Right.
Or...
But we also don't want to pry too much and either expose her or ourselves in kind of doing these kind of searches. So have to be cautious on what we go after here.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, the best bet still seems to be lie in wait for the target cargo to move.
Yes,
and
I agree.
Rendezvous with, or at least find out where it is and scout out wherever it gets delivered. Maybe that will give us a hint on who's taking these shipments.
Yep, I agree. And then in the meantime, do we want to try and just see if what was her name, Taurax? Your master?
It was Balkura.
Balkura. If you would like to see if Master Balkura is on the Seventh Fleet, that may just give us an indication so that should something happen and we track this down, we have a better idea of who...
Did she leave the Seventh Fleet? Do I know this? Maybe this is Taurax making too much of an assumption, but I don't think that they met the same person. Because it seemed...
We don't know if she left the Seventh Fleet. That's why I was putting in like a hail to the fleet.
Yeah, you just know she's assigned there.
So the idea is you put in a hail just to see if you can communicate with her, and if they say she's not on fleet, in the Seventh Fleet right now, she's off doing something else, then increases the chance that Lieutenant Lancey was.
There is a legitimate reason for me to contact her as well. I do have some questions that have came up recently, and obviously with my failure of the test and a few other things that came out of it,
well,
and I may need to get a step ahead of those.
Let's clarify a point. You didn't actually fail the test. You survived. So you actually passed the test. There's other circumstances. So continue on with that thought process.
Okay. Yeah, and the extenuating or the circumstances that came out of that encounter, and that obviously being your additional substance, Darafin. Do you wish to have my master know and explore everything about what you now hold within you?
Can I roll a deception?
Can he beat my insight?
You already know that he has something in him. You've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can say, like, if you want to pretend like you don't have it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Roll a deception. With disadvantage because.
Like I need it.
Okay,
3.
yeah. Yeah.
No one believes a word of anything I'm saying.
Not a chance.
Now, Tarak,
Everybody at the table knows that you're full of shit.
Oh yeah, that's normal. So yeah.
would your master look to disembowel him, or what? I mean, he's a little odd. I mean, what do you think is inside of him?
Well, I am just saying that he would probably not want it laid out plain in front of everyone.
Something that
I
shouldn't
also
be
did
there.
not suggest me meeting. I'm suggesting you contact.
Did you catch something from one of those huts?
A little bit. Chew. Sorry.
You know, our friend did
Cheeky
get
boy,
him
you.
quite a number with that shock prod. I don't know.
Sure, some people are into things like that.
I think it went right to his head, though.
I mean, Osk, you and Talax know exactly that Darafin's just lying out their ass. The rest of you know he's lying, but you have no idea what he's lying about. That he's just being full of shit.
Here's a rule of thumb just for you guys, just in case you don't snort the sand on that Sith planet. That was not a good idea.
Make a deception check. With disadvantage, because you're.
And there goes my natural 20, so 10.
Yes, you guys know that he did not sniff the sand on the planet. He's lying out of his butthole again. You don't know why he's lying, but he's just lying. Now, again, Talrax and Osk, you know exactly why he's lying, but it's up to you to say anything.
I say very well. I will leave a message for this from my master with the 7th Fleet and see if we can arrange a visit.
Okay.
Not for what necessarily you are asking, but for something that I need to have answered as
I
well.
have no preference as to why you're asking. Mine is just to see if you say.
And if all else fails, I mean, we can try sneaking onto one of the ships.
That would just increase the chance that we rise suspicion on ourselves. And
not really.
Potential other mission going on.
All right. So, Tyler, you're going to reach to your master?
Yeah, and the primary reason that I'm actually reaching out to her is to help me identify more with the holocron.
Yeah.
That's what I want to have.
So you go to your chamber. Everybody's still sitting around the table. You leave, and you go to your holo projector. You reach out to the 7th Fleet. You were initially greeted by some communication liaison, and then says, "One moment, sir, I will patch you through to the Sith ship." You reach the Sith ship, and then you get someone else on the line who says, "How may I direct your call, sir?"
Lord Taurax here, wishing to speak with Lord.
My lord, how can I be of assistance today?
I would like to speak with Master Balcora.
Right. One moment. You hear a pause. And then he says, "I will transfer you immediately." And then you hear a pause. And then this dark robed figure who's sitting kind of like in a meditation stance. The full image of her kind of pops up. And then she pulls down her hood. It's like, "Well, my former apprentice, it's been a long time." She kind of smirks at you. You are looking quite well. Are you still having problems speaking? She kind of smirks again.
Yes, you have assumed correctly. Once in a while, I do have some issues. I would enjoy a moment or two to speak with you in person, if possible.
Well, this is curious. I have not heard from you in, well, it's been a while. I sense that you have questions for me. You seem to be stumped at the moment. All right, my apprentice. What is it that has troubled you? I sense great confusion and doubt in you.
It began with my test, honestly, and it has not gotten any better since then.
I heard about that. Well played. I always knew you were kind of a softy, but it worked out to your advantage. I had not had a chance to congratulate you on your promotion, Lord Tarax.
I thank you. I do not still quite understand how things transpired the way they did.
Oh, I do. Tilak Horde is an asshole. And she kind of looks at you. I know when I took the test, he pissed me off so much that I beat him nearly to death. But that was my trial.
I will definitely smirk at that.
But it is a test. How you went about the test is your own business. You've been promoted, and it doesn't really matter. But I sense that that's not what's really troubling you, my former apprentice. What is on your mind? Speak plainly. You know I don't like to dilly-dally.
See, I used to be able to speak with an object I found in my travels, and since the test, I am no longer able to do so.
What is this object you refer to? Speak
It
plainly.
It is a Sith Holocron.
Ah. Well, that would make sense. With the results of how you handled the trial, why do you think that the holocron no longer speaks with you?
Since many Siths would not like the way I handled the test or not agree with it, perhaps it is
Correct.
of a similar mind.
It seeks those strong, potently strong in the dark side of the Force. But not so much the dark side. You can use the Force itself to overpower the object. The holocron is bent by your sheer will to dominate it. Plain and simple. So, my advice to you is to quit being such a pussy and open the damn thing.
How did I miss something that was so plainly in front of me then? I do not know.
Because that's why you're still my apprentice and I am the master.
Well, it seems that maybe I do have some additional questions since you answered that one so quickly.
I am here to help my apprentice, and I am curious to see this object myself. I sense you have something else you wish to ask of me.
Indeed. However, I do not know if communicating such things across open channels is wise.
I sense that you wish to visit me, my apprentice.
You are correct.
Very well. I will give you clearance to visit me. Bring the holocron with you if you don't mind. I also sense that there's something else not troubling you, but a curiosity, a vergence you've discovered.
One who travels with us contains some additional Sith energies. What exactly, I do not know. He will be one of the 6 that is coming with me.
Oh, you're bringing your whole cadre with you. Fascinating.
Perhaps you can give me a few words of wisdom upon some of them as well.
Well, I can give you words of wisdom. What you do with it will be up to you, my apprentice. Always the learner, always the student. Have I not taught you this?
You have. I'm glad I at least reached back out to you.
I'm glad that you've reached out to me as well. You've done well, my apprentice. I have heard of your exploits, your recent incursions into the huts, your work for the Moff. I must say, you're doing quite well. I always had high hopes for you and your abilities. It seems like you are slowly progressing into the leader and commander that I thought you would be.
I have made progress, yes, my master.
All right, quit being humble. It makes me ill. All right, I will send you the clearance. It'll take you 2 days to get here. The clearance will be sent momentarily. She thinks for a moment. No, I'll wait till you get here. All right, my apprentice, I go back to my meditation. Bother me no more. I will see you in 2 days. And then she just immediately cuts out.
Yeah.
She doesn't even let you bow or anything. She's like,
I still do it.
I know, but she's gone. She's and
Yeah.
she was never into that formal shit anyway. So, there you go.
All right.
And then you
I will-
receive through your communication securely through secure channels. You receive clearance for you and your compatriots and your ship to head to the 7th Fleet and to rendezvous with the Sith capital ship in the fleet. You see what sector they're in and stuff, and you can see that they're out there basically doing maneuvers and stuff, practice sessions, things of that nature. So patrolling, those kind of things. So you know the deal.
All right. So I will go back to the rest of the group, and I will tell.
Well, tell them.
I'll say we have a new objective. We will be meeting with the Sith ship. I have the coordinates, and I will hand them to whoever is sitting at the nav computer at that time. When we
You're not at the nav computer. You're in your conference room.
okay. Well, yeah. So
base.
I come out, and I will look for some people who are most likely awake still, or see if anyone else is awake.
Well, it'll take about 10-15 minutes for you to have that conversation, unless anybody got bored and wandered off. I think everybody's still there talking and stuff. So
I've spent the last 15 minutes with Zeta, just the two of us orbiting around Derabit, or Derafin rather, attempting to scan him.
All right, you
See
make
if you
make
pick
it
up
make an
anything.
I will
Make
I will
an
be running
investigation.
away as I see this happening.
Well, he can still do it long range. Make an investigation check.
19.
The droid reports a strange energy coming off of Derafin.
Can I start running that energy through the database, see if it compares to anything?
Make a lore check with disadvantage.
21.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You know that it's something Force related, but you have no idea because you just don't know enough about the Force. Other than it's a magical energy that binds the universe together. That's about all you know.
Bloody magic. All right.
All right. Anybody else before Talrax comes back in to announce that he's achieved all this? Anybody else do anything?
No, I'm just playing hide and seek with Zeta the entire time.
No, you guys are around there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just monitoring the data pad. No, nothing.
Zeta will start seeking him by just shooting a cattle prod in random directions, hoping to hit him.
Make a Constitution saving throw, Derafin.
It found me?
Are you hiding?
Yeah, I said I'm playing hide and seek. Of
Oh,
course I'm hiding.
well,
It's locked on you with a scanner, and it's taking biomedical
Yeah,
readouts
it's not,
of
I
you.
mean, yeah.
well, I was running away, so it didn't.
Okay,
do it.
That
make
doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's not many places to hide. Make a stealth check.
It's not how scanners work.
20.
Yeah, they see you because it's a goddamn open conference room. So you
No,
hide-
I'm running out of the conference room.
Okay.
I'm not staying in the conference room. I'm running the hell away from
All
there.
right, he ran away. All right.
Running like other ends of the ship to get away from
You're
that
not
freaking
on the ship. You're at the base.
at the base. I'm running out of the conference room
Okay.
and getting the hell away from there.
Do you chase Dr. Afra?
Yeah.
God. All right, so 2 people are not in the conference room when you come back, Talrax.
Do 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 do.
Got that Scooby
It's all
Doo.
Benny Hill.
Yeah, no, you got
Running
Yeah.
and the droid following behind me. Run this way, hit
you
it.
got
come
the
back.
Scooby Doo montage going on where like they're running through the different doors in the hallway and like, or one where Darafin's actually chasing the droid and
The end of it, I'm just going to rip his mask off
Yeah.
and say, Old Man Potter!
Ah,
Can I use the force to close one of the doors right in front of Finn?
yeah, unless you follow them out, you don't see it. Oh, those 2 are gone, so the rest of you are still sitting at the table. When Talrax, you come back in, you notice that 2 of your compatriots are gone.
No matter. I say, well, we will be rendezvousing with the Sith ship shortly. I hand like a nav chip to Korn and say these are the coordinates for that ship. If anyone else has any other questions or somewhere they wish to go first, other than that, she seems to be at least interested in what is going on.
Interesting. How far? So she was on the 7th Fleet.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is this ship?
It was 2 days, right?
Yeah, roughly 2 days.
Yeah, I think it was roughly 2 days.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, my only concern is we're monitoring this cargo. I don't know if we want to go. All of us want to go potentially 4 days out of the way. If it moves, we might lose track of the package.
That is up to everyone. We don't necessarily have to leave right away, but we at least have clearance. We can go from there.
So what
Most likely, it would be better for us to stick together at this point.
Well, y'all decide. I'm gonna go get some bourbon.
I'm still running from said droid.
Yeah. There. So, I mean, what do you think? Does it sound like she might have some information for us, or?
Yes, she has. Most definitely has information for us, or she would not have invited me to come see her on her ship.
Hey, Corinth, I got a quick question for you. Sorry, out of character. Do you still have the stats on the Sith sword that we had? Can you send it to me in Discord, please? I seem to have misplaced where I wrote it down.
Yep, I would let you know.
Well,
And apparently I forgot to save it to my character sheet.
I suppose that what I could do is I could have Zeta continue to track the package here. We could all go off and interact with the members of the 7th Fleet. Tarax, does your contact have any direct contact with the Admiral of the 7th Fleet?
I did not ask.
All right, I've returned. What is the group's decision?
We won.
Quick
Huzzah!
question for Talrax. Is your contact on a Sith ship, or is she actually on one of the main?
Oh, she's on a
Star
Sith
Destroyers.
ship. She's on a Sith ship.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, my only concern is the timeline. If this package moves and we lose track of it, that seems to be our best lead right now.
Make a technology check there, DT.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! It's a natural one.
You think you would
And the
not
dark side
lose?
point.
You think you would not lose any communication whatsoever? That you can track that droid anywhere?
Oh, never mind. This is totally fine. I got this. It's long range scanner. I forgot. I upgraded it.
So that's good. As I come running back away. I'm assuming I'm running back. Let me know when I'm back, Ranger.
You're back. You come running into the room, and then Dr. Afra and her evil droids chasing you come into the room as they're discussing this.
My 2 droids will taser the crap out of them.
I keep running if they start coming close to me with a taser.
Wait,
Okay.
well, I got my IG unit here in the room. It just waits for you to come through the door. And
Make a dexterity
Cattle prod 'em.
saving. Well, in that case, make a dexterity saving throw, Darafin.
27.
Make an attack roll with your droid. They're
God.
yeah, I don't think you're gonna hit.
Now, where the hell are the stats on this
Here
thing?
comes the natural 20.
God,
It's bound to happen.
So would it be a dex?
No, just an attack. You're making an attack roll with like to hit your opponent, so you can try to shock. No, that's not going to be enough. Even with your bonuses, not even close. Darafin easily flips around like a little hippity hoppity Yoda and avoids all the shock prods or needles that try to fly at him from the IG unit, and you guys are at a standoff at the moment. You guys all see this and try to avoid all the electrical shock prods that are flying everywhere. Proceed. What is thy plan, thy gamers?
So what's going on?
Oh,
I have coordinates to meet with the Sith ship that my master is on.
Oh, okay.
Former master, yes. So we
That's
can.
good. So when are you heading?
It's back 2 days from now, and I even told her that most of us would be coming. I do not see a reason for us to stay apart, so we should all go. Especially you.
I don't think I want to go to
I
see her.
You-
I never
don't-
wanted to see
I don't.
her.
Since you
Well,
were the one that was so
Hold on a
adamant
second.
going, I doubt you have a choice.
I
You're
said that
acting
you
like
should just...
You're acting like you have a choice. As
Make
Osk
a
glares
charisma
at you
saving
and
throw there, Darafin. No, you had a little pee come out of you, and you decided that would actually be in your best interest to actually go with the pee set.
I don't have to be so mean about it. I just didn't want to go.
Well, that was decided quickly.
finally I got to use my intimidation skill.
Yeah, or like it was like maybe the second time.
We use all our abilities against each other. It's fantastic.
Well, yeah, usually you guys just go into a place and I'm like trying to have like role playing and it's like, we start shooting. You don't even want to talk. No, kill them all.
No, blasters against others, skills against ourselves. That's the way we roll.
Don't want
It's
to
an
do an
evil
investigation.
campaign.
No, shoot them all in the face. Okay, rolling.
You
A
come
friendly
through the
droid
portal.
comes over and wants to
Roll.
help you. Shoot it in the face.
I know.
Detonate the explosives.
I know.
Yeah, but
The
half
droid comes over
ammunition
like,
would fire off his friendly.
I know. And the droid comes over like, oh, are you guys? And they're shooting at me. Well, I'm gonna have to launch all my missiles at them.
You land on the planet and come out the door. What do I see? You see a gazebo. I shoot the gazebo.
Yeah.
I go back into orbit and try to land an
I
asteroid
didn't-
on the gazebo.
Yeah. Of course, you
Murder
guys are
clothes
the.
in space.
Of course, these are the same potato heads that wanted to drop an asteroid on a planet because.
Still do.
Yeah,
All right.
Hey, one day we will be able to pull it off.
We have not forgotten that planet yet.
So anyway,
some
you
point
guys, what do you guys want to? You can bring anything you want. You can bring your.
Osk is bringing Darafin, apparently.
Yes. Any gear, droids, personnel that you want to bring, you're more than well to bring them. Remember, you've got Teals. You've got your commandos that you can bring with you as well.
I'm
Yeah,
putting
we
my
can
interns in charge
put
of
them
getting
in
the
their
lab
quarters.
ready and bringing both of my droids.
And your ship has been worked on to accommodate these new personnel that have been brought aboard. So your ship actually can hold way more people now. It's gotten a little big.
No, they can go in the 3x3 closet.
You know that you would never do that because they would shoot you.
OSHA. I will make sure to bring my 3-volume biography of Grand Moff Gloss Gambadito.
Okay. Yep. You just bring that data pad. It's got all the pictures that you've found and stuff, and you actually have some life-size posters of her that you can that you might get signed.
I wouldn't be surprised if inside that book there's like a bra with one of the straps is signed by her.
All right. Anybody else bringing? What are you bringing? Anything of things? We'll go down the. Okay, we'll start. We'll go around. We'll go around the corn, as we like to say here at RSG.
What are you doing around me?
You just wait your turn, buddy. John, what are you bringing? You bringing your droids? I'm assuming.
Droids, yeah, and the paraphernalia.
Okay. Maz, what are you bringing other than yourself, your weapons, and your bad attitude?
Just my fists.
Okay.
I don't think I have anything.
No, you're just
So-
you're a walking, talking weapon factory.
Yeah.
DT, anything special you're bringing?
Yeah, so I'm bringing my regular loadout with my droid, and then I'm gonna also bring the components for that detonator that I was working on.
You've actually I would say at this point you've completed it.
Oh, I have. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, that's been completed. I mean, we actually rolled for it. You actually were able to get that. Remember when you asked for when you guys came back from your mission, you rewarded all that stuff. So you're able to you have one of those thermal detonators that can go boom boom in a big space and cause a lot of damage.
Oh, cool. I'll get the stats from you later then. Yeah, last notes I had, I needed the explosives. So I'll bring that
I'll
with
tell you
me.
right now, it's a thermal detonator. It does 6d8 damage.
Woo-hoo. Okay, cool. It's normal range and stuff.
Yeah, normal range. It just makes a bigger boom.
Yeah, wow. That's huge. Okay, awesome.
I think since it's gonna take a couple days for us to get there, Talrax, I think we should make some sheaths for these swords so we can carry them.
It's easy to get a sheath for them. That's not a problem. You usually you're able to get a sheath for it. There's
Awesome.
tons of stuff in the armory, and you guys are able to find a couple sheaths with these 2 new swords you have. So you have your swords, and you also have your lightsabers that you have with you as well.
And I'd actually like to grab a holdout blaster if there are any.
Yep, you can get a standard issued DL44 that you can use. All right. Teals, anything you're bringing besides yourself?
The crew can come along.
Okay. All right. You got your 3 commandos with you. Finn, what are you bringing?
My backpack and my pee. The ones that came out when I was trying to scare me.
All right. Talrox. All right. Now that happened, Talrox, what are you bringing?
Yeah, all stuff. I don't have anything other than my lightsaber and that other sword. So yeah, they're coming.
Okay.
And my holocron, obviously.
Okay. All right, you guys load up the ship. You guys get your coordinates. Make a piloting check, Mr. Teals and Mr. Corinth, please, if you wouldn't mind, Talrax and Corn.
Who is this Teals?
Don't make me roll. Okay. Confirm the trajectory and coordinates there, Talrax.
Teals, you gotta
19.
live with being Teals if I have to be Darafin for the rest of the campaign.
No, you're Darafin. Make a piloting check there, Talrax.
I did. Oh, you don't see it? I rolled it.
Oh, there it is.
19.
Okay,
Okay.
There was a delay. Yeah. Okay, there it is. All right. Yep. You guys easily punch in the coordinates. You guys, we'll say the events, unless there's something you guys want to have a conversation with. You got 2 days worth of conversations you guys can have. Does anybody want to talk to anybody or do anything while on the trip to the 7th Fleet?
One thing I'll be doing is still monitoring my, tracker. Be like, oh, everything looks great. Hasn't moved.
Make a technology check.
18 this time. It's not a 1.
Yeah, you noticed that because of the 1 you rolled last time, you forgot that, you've lost your signal to your droid. It's on a huge delay, and it'll take you, you're about 8 hours behind because you are traveling in hyperspace. And yeah, so you're still getting a feed. It's just super delayed.
Super delayed. Okay. I will, I'll go to Vornu, and I'll say, hey, Vornu, so I've got the tracker, but it seems like it's quite delayed now. Do you know of any way we can speed up the signal, or are we just kind of in the dark until we get back?
Maybe we could hook it into the communications array.
Make a technology check, Vornu.
14.
Okay.
Sorry, ignore
I
that.
don't know.
I was writing something down and it screwed up. Sorry.
What language is that?
Yeah, it is,
I don't know if I can be
Just
helping
ignore
him hook it into the computer, but I would be assisting if possible. I don't know.
All right, make another check on Vornu with advantage.
21.
Yeah, you're able to hook it up to the array. It's still delayed by about an hour or two, but it's way better than it was. If you had known about this previously, then you would have been able to do a better job. But no, you've been old J-Lo dropped the ball.
Thanks, Vornu. I don't know what happened. I thought I had a perfect signal before we left.
Well, these things happen. It's always an interesting delay what it can do to technology when you make the jump to light speed. So
Fascinating. I'll have to study that some more then.
I have books on it if you would like to read them.
I would. That'd be great. Yeah. I'll read some of
Hand
those
them a
books.
stack of books about 4 feet tall.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
I'll maybe read one of them on the way. That's all from me.
All right. Anybody else would like to do anything?
I am gonna have a conversation with the voice in my head during one of my meditations, and see if she knows anything about this Master Belkura.
I've never met him before. I'm as curious as you are.
She's someone that could help me learn the way to master your power.
Oh, I don't know about that, but we'll see, won't we?
Okay.
All right. Anybody else? Yes, no, maybe so.
Yeah.
Eat a pickle.
Pretty much it for me.
Okay, you guys, 2 days later, arrive pretty much without incident. You guys arrive at the 7th Fleet. You can see that they are in a battle formation, doing maneuvers. You guys are directed toward this Sith ship, which flies pretty much next to the Sith the Super Star Destroyer. It is a Star Destroyer class ship, but it's sleek. It's in black. It's got two. It looks totally different. The Sith ship, capital ships look totally different than the actual the ships that you guys are used to, like for traditional Sith Chiss Empire fleets. Most of you have not seen that. Now, Osk and Talrax, you guys have seen these ships before. You've had some training excursions in your younger days on these ships. You know exactly what's here. A lot of your special ops commandos, Sith trained units and stuff are in these ships, along with a contingent of usually the main headmaster, that is the liaison between the Sith ship and the Sith fleet. That they are like, they go on. They're pretty much the ones that go on excursions and stuff like that. And the ship is there. You know that there's special ships on there as well, fighters, things of that nature, stealth technology. Things.
But is this
nature.
a cruiser? Or...
It's a Star Destroyer.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't look like a normal Star Destroyer. It's got two bridges that's side by side each other, and it's open in the middle. And I have to show you a picture, but it's totally different. You guys land in the middle through a force field, then the top closes over you, and you guys land. You guys are given directions, and then you guys land. And when you do, you see that there's a contingent of standard Sith Chiss array of people, security forces outside the ship, just to make sure you are who you say you are. And then you guys are escorted through the ship. You don't really see much because you're not allowed to see much. You're taken directly to the chamber of Talrax's master. When you guys enter, you see that she is cross-legged on looks like a platform that's got a cushion on it. She's comfy, but in a meditative state. And you see that she's got like 20 different objects that she's floating at the moment. As soon as she sees you in, she slowly places them down, and you see her eyes open up. And she's like, well, you've finally arrived.
Do the eyes look familiar?
Make a perception check.
13.
No.
Okay.
She beckons you in, and she looks at one of her attendants. You see that there are two Sith in the background. Look like bodyguards that are like to her right and left, just sitting there watching you guys. And she's like, well, you've finally arrived, my apprentice.
Indeed we have.
Well, introduce to me your cadre.
I do not know I can quite speak for all of them, but I will do my best. You have...
Oh, goodness, apprentice. You and your... Just tell me who they are. Goodness.
Everyone, introduce yourselves. Start with Jalo. I say, this is Jalo.
I'm Jalo. Good to meet you.
Jalo.
My name is Vornu.
Miss Vornu.
I'm Darabit.
And she looks at you really intently. It's like, ah. She kind of gives you a smirk as she looks at you. Guitar's like, so that's the one.
Yes.
Interesting. And then she looks at you, Osk, and she goes, and another Lord of the Sith, I presume?
You're correct. My name is Osk.
Well, I would assume that it's Lord Osk. Did you not?
That it is.
And then she looks over at you, Ma. She's like, well, what do we have here? And who might you be?
I'm Videsra.
Powerful anger I sense in you. And a fighting spirit. Get in much fights lately, my dear?
Not many,
Maybe we
but
can...
maybe something will come up soon, I hope.
She kind of smirks at you. Well, maybe it will indeed. All right. Is that everybody? She looks over you. She's like, oh, no, it isn't. She looks over you, Tills. And who are you?
My name is Corn, madam.
Oh. Well, take a seat. She beckons you for seats that are surrounding her and stuff. More like cushions, think Japanese style cushions that you guys can kind of cross-legged sit on. Ah, it's been a while, my apprentice. So, what, pray tell, would you like to discuss?
Well, we have encountered some oddities, to say the least, with the Third Fleet.
Pick one. Start from the top. One subject at a time, because you like to ramble and go off tangents, so stick to the facts. What is it that you wish to parlay with me?
Something that engages all of us would be there is something to do with the shipments between the 3rd and 7th Fleet that we have been tasked to negotiate from.
I'm well aware of this.
They encountered a strange person who claimed they had the code name. What was it? The two of you?
Cipher 9.
Okay, perhaps you could explain the encounter with this person a little bit more, since I was not there myself.
She starts smiling evilly, and she kind of looks at her two guards, and they just walk out the room. She's like, well, you've met my new apprentice, have you?
Apparently we have.
I hope she wasn't too rough with you.
No, he was not.
I've long suspected there was some foul play with the 3rd Fleet, and I've sent my apprentice, who is infiltrated beautifully as I trained her, and she is well within, let's just say, what I want her
Insight from Talrax on her.
Disadvantage roll again. Oh, you're dead already. You don't get anything.
Nope.
She has always been hard to read.
Yep. Yeah, I know. I assumed I would not have a very good chance, but
No.
I would try.
She looks at you, and when you do that, she's like, "Nah, my apprentice." Well,
I did not try. You would look at me even a different way.
oh, I know, but nonetheless, I am being forthright. So, I have my suspicions, but no evidence. I think the Grand Moff is up to no good. But I think there's a bigger conspiracy. I feel it in the Force at play here. I'm not quite sure. But it was actually my new apprentice, whose name I shall only... If she gave Cipher 9, then that's the only name that you will know her as. To investigate some things that she had come across in her dealings. She's my reliable information source, as I've trained her to be, and so I've sent her to go and investigate. She has not reported in, but that's just the way she is. Yes.
If I may ask, Master Balkura, I would guess that a lot of your suspicion came from the arrival of a shipment intended for the 3rd Fleet instead of your 7th.
Oh, I was not aware of that. That was not what my suspicions were based off of.
Madam, what are your suspicions based off of then?
Well, you know, information comes my way. I have many contacts. None that I will reveal to you. But I'll just say that you've latched onto something that I found in a different course of an investigation. Actually, I should say my apprentice did and brought this to my attention, and we are working together to ascertain what this might be.
Would this be the battle droids?
Why, I don't know anything about any droids. I just know that there's It's the game we play in the Sith Chess Empire, those who strive for power in the political games that are played. And I've always played the game at my own way. I don't care for the council and their nonsense, and I don't care about the squabblings of the Grand Moffs and their political schemings and stuff. I only care about the health of the Chiss Empire. I am determined that the way of all the Sith Empires in the past will not be something that happens here. So, I do what I must to make sure that that balance is maintained. Does that answer your question?
In most ways.
How closely aligned with that vision does your new apprentice stand?
Well, she was as trained as you are. Did I not train you to use your own brain and your own eyes and get rid of the dogma that was taught to you by the early on stages of becoming a Sith?
That is exactly one of my worries. She may have an idea of her own.
Oh, I don't think so.
Very well. It seems that...
I mean, could she betray me? Of course. Would she betray me? No. For I know the girl better than anyone. And she lives for the thrill of the hunt. And I have sent her on a hunt. She loves to play the game as much as I do. And therefore I have sent her to do what she does best.
If I may say so, she plays the game very well.
Well, she had a good teacher.
Is she going to attempt to wipe out the entirety of the Third Fleet?
Oh, goodness, no. Why would we want to do that?
So she's there simply to take out the leadership that could possibly be turning against the Empire?
Who said anything about that?
Well, you've mentioned that we've come across similar information, and that your view of the Empire is that you are here to protect it.
From itself, yes.
Well, what more internal threat is there than somebody in a position as powerful as a Moff being able to turn and ally themselves with the greatest enemy of the Empire?
If you're referring to that fat lard of shit, Mr. Grand Moff Bacon, I can tell you that he is ambitious, I'll give you that. I'm not convinced that he's a traitor, although he would sell out his mother, if given the opportunity. I have no concrete evidence of anything at this point. Thus, we gather information.
Are you aware of the scientific developments being experimented and tested on in the Third Fleet?
I've heard rumors.
How... I'm trying to think how to word this. How likely do you think it would be that somebody who, as you said, would sell their own mother would possibly sell something as devastating as technological prowess on a battlefield could be?
Well, Bacon's an opportunist, but he's no fool. This seems strange for his character. I mention it only in this regard. He values his position and looks to gain even more position. The game, if the rumors are true, and they are only rumors, mind you, something is wrong. The Force speaks to me in many ways, and something seems off about all of this. I lack information, so I seek
You might
to attain
have
it.
the information right now.
What do you have? What could you possibly have that I don't already know?
It is not me. It is in fact you that may have it.
Oh, I have lots of information.
When we...
Like, for
when
instance,
we-
I knew who every one of you were before you stepped into this room.
I would not presume otherwise.
I only asked that you be formal and give me your name just to see how you would react to it. I learned so much from you and you addressing me in that moment than you could possibly imagine. But I digress.
Tell by your stare that you did. But when we met with your new apprentice, we were on a mission to try and see what the Third Fleet was bringing in.
She did
There
mention
were-
that in her last briefing, that she found it curious that your Moff would be involved in the game. Your Moff is someone, actually, a woman I admire very greatly. I found it curious that she would send you there, but she must have faith in you for her to send you on such a mission of importance. And so my agent decided that you were more valuable doing what you were doing than to dispose of you.
And we appreciate that. And what we came across, however, were special cargo shipments that were not like the others. They were, in fact, sealed in a way to have an illusion. We were unable to actually see what was inside of them, but these are what we are tracking as well as what we believe Cypher 9 is also tracking.
She did mention some crates that she couldn't get access to. Usually she can get access to anything, but she said this was high-grade military, tech security protocol she had never seen before. So, she is watching, as I assume you are as well?
We are, but there is another part to this. As I mentioned, there was a shipment intended for the Third Fleet that went to the Seventh Fleet, which I understand that you were assigned to.
She looks at you curiously. She's like, "Come forward to me, Darafin."
I will step forward.
And you get a few feet away from her. She raises her hand and she closes her eyes. And you guys all see her eyes, as they close, they open back up and they're fully Sith. And she looks, and you guys for the first time see her extending her hand with the Force. And it looks like energy is radiating from her hand. It looks red in nature. Osk and Talrax, you notice that when you look at it through the Force, it looks red and black in nature. And only you, Talrax, and Osk see this, but you see this spirit thing kind of pop out like on the top of Darafin. This ghostly, ghastly visage of this woman, and looks like ancient Sith armor or something. You can't tell, leathers or whatnot. She's translucent, is there, and you see your master Talrax look at her and says, "Ah, I thought I sensed the presence of a strong and powerful entity." Darafin, you hear the voice in your head go, "Strong is she, foolish woman." And for the first time, Talrax, Osk, and Darafin, you all hear her like, "Yes, I can see you're strong in the Force." And the master's like, "Nonetheless, I sense you have possessed this one." And the other one's like, "I have. This one has much potential." "And will you name yourself, Spirit?" And she's like, she kind of, you see the ghostly figure like tap her lips. "Can you tell me my name?" And you see your master look at her like, "I name you Darth Zarana, former apprentice of Lord Bane. How you came to be a part of this one, I'm even more curious." And Darth Zarana's like looking at her like, "You've guessed well." And then the spirit disappears, and then she puts down her hand, takes a breath, and looks at you, Darafin, and is like, "I would be very mindful of that one in your journey ahead. Be mindful, my young Terakasi warrior. She looks to dominate you. She would present with you great power, but at great cost. Be warned.
I have seen this firsthand. I understand.
Do you? Do you understand that this spirit of a great Sith Lord now imbibes your body and spirit and is slowly taking over you?
I do.
Curious.
It is helping me with my search for power.
Curious. Very well. I found you an oddity, but your path is your own to choose, and I will not interfere unless asked. Ask you and Talrak saw this happen. Now the rest of you just saw her talking to something, but you couldn't see it because you don't have force powers. But you just saw her having a conversation. You heard her side of the conversation, but you did not hear the other part of what the spirit said to her. And that goes to all you that do not have force powers.
But if I may continue.
Of course.
The shipment that went to the 7th Fleet, the 3rd Fleet was very distraught over not having it. And I wonder if another crate similar to the one that we found going to the 3rd Fleet, locked, is on the 7th Fleet.
She puts up her hand to stop you, like, try again, think about it. Why was the shipment... Why did events transpire the way that they did?
I figured you have been aware of the crate.
I didn't ask if I was aware, my young Terrakasi possessed warrior. I asked you to think. Why was the initial shipment lost?
We were told that it was because it was a
I didn't ask you what you were told. I asked you what you've ascertained from why this happened. Not that it did happen.
Someone forced it in order to be able to investigate.
Ah, very good. Well, I wouldn't say investigated. I don't think anybody, from what you've gathered and told me, meant for this to be investigated. So, what do we know? We know that a shipment that was meant to come to the 7th Fleet, went to the 3rd Fleet as an error, right?
Mm-hmm.
An error transpired. But why did that happen? It happens all the time. It's not that big a deal. But then another shipment was set up immediately to be sent to the 3rd Fleet. I wonder why that was.
Obviously, there was of much value of whatever was on there for the 3rd Fleet.
But why was the first shipment set up in such a way to happen the way that it did? Anybody want to garner a guess?
I imagine it was for someone to see what the 3rd Fleet was pulling in.
No, that is the incorrect answer. Someone else.
They needed to buy some time.
No, that is not the correct answer. Somebody else. My apprentice, you disappoint me.
I have not been following their exact responses from this. I have lost in this game portion of, as you have suspected.
She holds up her hand. My apprentice, my apprentice, my apprentice. The original shipment was made intentionally to be misplaced so that a new shipment that would not really be looked at was hurried along to be sent to the 3rd Fleet so that they could get it.
It was a decoy.
Correct. Our Lord Osk finally understands what has happened. It was intentionally done. What does that tell us?
That the 2nd one was always intended to have the key good.
Correct. So, what do we do now? Or
We
more
continue to
importantly,
track.
yes.
We need to figure out what's in the shipment
And what do you think is
and
in
where
the
it went.
shipment?
Well,
We
We
think
suspect
what-
it's a new weapon, right?
Yeah, the droid weapons that Vornu had investigated is our initial suspicion.
A good conclusion.
Or schematics of them, at least.
Possibly. Maybe it is the droids, from what you described to me and what Cypher's told me. It very much well be. However, she's had problems as well as you have, because it is highly, highly under lock and key. But I have faith that maybe she can do it, but she has her doubts, which means I have doubts. So, what do we do then? What's your plan of action now? I have my resources in place. What do you plan to do? You know that the shipment was sent to the Third Fleet under cover of a misbotched shipment to hide the true nature and purpose of what it was intended for. You've also, from what you've told me, learned of these new droids that are going to be tested out with the Third Fleet. However, if that's the deal, why these boxes? Why these crates? Why keep it under lock and key when most of intelligence knows about it? What is the true intentions of these crates? What is the true intention of whoever's scheming this? The Force.
What of the Sith Master aboard the Third Fleet? I believe he had said that he has large control over someone's minds.
He's not involved with this. That fool only cares for battle.
I thought I had heard something about him having a way with people's minds.
Oh, he is, but his ability is always been focused on battle. Bloodlusty turd.
I see.
He is able to mind meld warriors in battle and read people's minds. It makes him such a great field commander.
Interesting.
So, I mean, we're tracking the shipment, but there is another piece of information about the crates we were able to ascertain.
What were you able to ascertain then, my young friend?
It seems they are locked with a biometric signal.
And what does that tell us?
Well, it's only to be opened by a specific party. The question
and
is,
what
who?
does that tell us?
That someone high-ranking has found their DNA to this.
That's partially it, but what does that mean to solving this puzzle?
There's at least one particular person of interest. We need to
Correct. Find out who this person is the key to unlocking maybe more questions and leading you closer to your goal than anything.
Right. So, Cypher, we can work with her then? You think we can trust her?
Cypher will not acknowledge you while she's on her mission. She only ascertained who you were. Now that she's ascertained who you are, she has gone back to her normal role. She will be of no help to you other than fulfilling her duties for me.
We have another way we may be able to get onto the Third Fleet outside of your cipher.
I leave that to you. This path has been laid to you. The Force wills it. I would say that your answers lie with the Third Fleet. Whatever you must do to ascertain, 1, what are in those boxes? 2, who is the biosignature that is related to those boxes? And 3, uncovering the scheme that is associated with all of this. These are the questions you must find the answers to.
I mean, if you would be able to, we could use your help in one part of this.
It depends on what you ask.
Your name is definitely known amongst the Sith Empire.
It is.
Would you be willing to help my friend Vornu in trying to find a way to harness force powers within droids?
Oh, I think not.
I look at Vornu. That would be a unique way of trying to impress the other droid dude.
It would be, but it would also break about 12 laws of physics.
But that's the ingenious part of it.
I'll,
If we
I'll
could do
say
it.
this.
out of character, I get Han in my brain going, that's not how the Force works.
So how any of this works?
Not how any of this works.
I know.
Sorry. Okay.
Hey, give it a shot.
All right. Your path is laid before you. I would ask all of you to step outside. I need to speak to my apprentice alone.
I nod my head, and we'll walk out.
One more thing before I go. Your apprentice, you mentioned her goals are her own, and that's fine. Do you think there's a chance we're going to conflict with her objectives here with this technology?
Well, I don't know.
Well, you sent her on the mission.
I'm not going to tell you anything.
Very well. We'll be on our way then. Thank you.
All right.
Yes, my master.
My apprentice. These friends of yours. Do you trust them?
Most of them.
Are they reliable?
Most of them.
Show me this holocron.
I take it out from one of my pockets.
All right.
I say, here it is. And I'll use a small amount of force just to, move it.
Fascinating. And she looks, she's like, well, quite an item you've got there. If you want to master the holocron, she opens her hand to it, you must be willing to dominate this holocron. Do you understand what I am telling you, my apprentice?
Similar to what is happening to my friend.
No, not in that regard. She looks at it, she's like...
But he is definitely being dominated, but he is at least somewhat submissive to it.
But you, my apprentice, have the chance to dominate this item. Look within yourself. Use the Force. If the dark side will not work, there's more than one part of the Force that you can use to dominate.
I suppose I could use that to not only the holocron, but what task is now coming up for us in regards to the Third Fleet.
I agree. You've done well, my apprentice. I find your skills improving. Although the social constructs need more work, wouldn't you agree?
Most definitely I am.
Learn
used
to
being
be
with...
more forceful. Say what you mean what you say. Do not hesitate. That is your biggest weakness. You know what you must be done. Do it. There is no try. Make things happen. Use the Force to you. Manipulate it into what you need it to do. And the holocron will be yours as well. If the holocron will not answer to you, make it.
Which is... I believe I can accomplish that. I know I can.
Do not believe. No, you can. I taught you better than that. You see, you're actually getting angry with you.
What is happening with my companion, Darabit?
He is possessed by a Sith spirit. Either he will dominate and win out, or he will lose, and the spirit will take over his body and consume him, and be reborn.
I will decide what must happen if that comes to pass.
Do. time is of the essence. As more time goes by, if he is unsuccessful in holding her back, he will lose himself to her. She has but one goal: to be reborn.
Very well. We will find out what is going on with this shipment. It is more than what it appears to be.
I agree.
One person's lock.
I
It would-
caution you greatly, apprentice. This pathway leads to many ways. She closes her eyes and she looks at you. I see grave trouble ahead for you if you do not trust in your abilities. Hesitate, and it could be the end of you. Be forthright, and you will succeed.
It will be done.
All right, my apprentice. You do me proud, but become better.
Thank you. If there is anything of extreme importance that I believe you need to be informed of, I shall do so.
All right. As you go to leave, she's like, it would be nice once in a while if you reached out and let me know how you're doing. I find it tedious to have to find out through other sources what you're up to.
I believe I can resolve that in the future. I will
Please.
make sure.
Please do.
Corey, call your mother more often.
Exactly. She's disappointed. She's not angry.
Actually, it's a manipulation. She's a manipulator.
Aren't they
So our
always?
Earth mommy.
Oh, jeez.
All right, so
The greatest skill a mother has.
All right, Talrox comes out about 10-15 minutes later, and you guys are on your ship. And with that, we're going to have to call this one done because I've got to go cut potatoes and shit. I've got guests to help entertain and stuff. So if you like this, a little bit short, we usually go to about 7, but I got to cut it a little short today. Because I've got to go entertain and stuff. So with that, make sure if you guys like this content, you give us a thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. We will not be doing a session next weekend because it is 4th of July weekend, and I'm not planning on streaming on Sunday. Maybe Finn and them will do something for fun. But if you like the content, make sure you thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll be back this week with all our normal nonsense. For you guys. So with that, we're going to call this one done. So on behalf of myself and everybody here, thank you so much for joining us on D&D, and have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.